What's up, guys? So here with this week's Q&A. Let's just kick it off. My man Herbie, I am going to make your question a separate video, like I mentioned in the comments. So anybody sees what's my favorite seasonings question down there not being answered, it's because it's going to get its own video. Would you use a chest expander? I'm a little conflicted if my side delt development should only be dictated by it, or if I should do upright rows too. Okay, so your development of any particular muscle or movement, or not movement, I guess you're asking about a movement, but your development of any particular muscle or strength of the muscle, etc., shouldn't be dictated by just one movement. I've never personally used a chest expander, so I can't speak on it from experience. But you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. That much I can tell you for sure. How to manage stress and prevent it from killing your gains. If you guys only knew, and I'll probably let you in on it at some time, what I'm going through right now. That said, don't worry about what's out of your control. That is the number one thing. Worrying about shit that you cannot control will fucking drive you crazy and make you miserable and not change anything. There is nothing you can do about it. So, focus on what you can focus on, take care of what you can take care of, try to eat well, try to sleep well, try to exercise, and take care of your priorities. And again, take care of what you can take care of. And if something is outside of your control, let that shit be. And I will tell you from experience, 9 times out of 10, when you stop worrying about that shit that's outside of your control and you do well with what you can take care of, that shit that you have no control of, it sorts itself out anyway. So that would be my main thing. Don't worry about what's outside of your control, man. Until what degree do you think core training helps with general strength? What would be exercises of your choice? I'm doing crunches only, but I'm planning on adding farmer's carries, blah, 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 ab wheel. I'll tell you what, an ab wheel is way fucking better than crunches. Core training is always there and always helps with general strength. And I'm going to speak first, like indirectly, when you're squatting, benching, deadlifting, doing these compound movements, you're training your core. You're not, this isn't a core workout, bro. But it's being trained and it helps with general strength. I think, there's probably a bare minimum that you should have, and it's a moving ability number. I have almost all of my clients, really 100% of my clients at some point, to do weighted planks. I'll start them with body weight and I'll progress up to, plate. Sometimes more if they really like it, sometimes not as much. And it's as much about teaching the brace as it is strengthening the core, and it does both, but it teaches bracing extremely well doing a weighted plank. And I think that is probably like the best core exercise for like a power lifter in particular. So that's kind of my go-to. I do weighted sit-ups sometimes, and that's more for aesthetic purposes, in my opinion. I pick those up from natural hypertrophy. I do have a client doing those as well, based on goals and stuff. But for strength, like you want something that provides rigidity, to transfer to powerlifting movements in particular. So ab wheel's great. Again, it helps with the bracing and stuff a lot too. And weighted planks are great. Also underrated, like doing an overloaded heavy hold with a front squat position and a front rack, or even a cross arm if you don't pass out. But overloading that, and then I find like an extended like SSB session or front squat session, where I'm really getting higher in the volume. It really hits the core to a degree that just regular squatting doesn't. But I don't think I answered to what degree does it help. It helps a lot early on, especially teaching the brace. And like I said, as long as your core is strong enough, and that's a moving scale, then it's strong enough. It doesn't have to be like super duper overly strong. However, if you want to get it to that super duper, like doing a 300-pound weighted plank or something, that's definitely not going to hurt anything. how to have fun exercising. Do the movements you enjoy. Pick stuff you like doing. Like take a, especially if you're somebody who's goal oriented, and you kind of stick to the script a lot, and you do what needs to be done because it needs to be done to get your goals, and you're striving for the goal and not necessarily the fun part. As somebody who competed in powerlifting for a long time, that's why a lot of my training these days is not powerlifting. There's some sprinkled in still, but that shit was monotonous and boring to be effective as possible for powerlifting. So sometimes it's good to take a break from whatever you're doing, whatever your current goals are, be them aesthetic, size, strength, whatever the case may be, and just do something different for a month. Something that's still active, of course. It could be something still in the gym. I've come to love CrossFat, what I refer to as CrossFat. It's been great for me mentally, breaking the monotony of the gym. And I still, like when I did my last meet, I took an 8-week break from CrossFat, went back to powerlifting training, and that small dose of powerlifting training. Again, it was fun because I hadn't done it in a long time, but by the end of it, after the meet, I was done with powerlifting training again, ready to get back to the CrossFat. So do shit you like, man. Have some fun. Like I said, if you're somebody who's super strict, goal-oriented training, take some time away from that and just go and do shit you want to do for fun. How to make gains while working more physical jobs like the trades. You have to prioritize hydration, nutrition, and sleep even more so than other people, because you're going to be burning more calories, sweating more, and more overall physical exertion. That said, your body adapts. Your body will find its new baseline, and working that physical, laborious job is going to be your body's normal and your body's baseline, and it's going to adjust to that. But still, if you want to throw training on top of that, you're going to have to just probably eat more calories, probably more carbs, more sodium, and hydrate more, and make sure in your downtime you are getting plenty of sleep. I don't follow David Goggins enough to know if he's superhuman or if I could do what he does. I would, on a whim, I would just say yes, probably, if I wanted to do that, if I was so inclined to do whatever it is he does. He runs a lot, right? It's a mindset. Shout out Bugs. But yeah, I think most people could probably do what he does if they set their mind to it. Struggling to get out of the hole in squat, which muscle group is lacking, and should I build that muscle or focus on getting it stronger, or both? Without seeing how you squat, your stance, your bar positioning, how vertical you are, et cetera, it's hard to determine what necessary muscle group is you're struggling with the most. It's probably more than one. Generally speaking, I would say pause squats, pin squats, things like that. Just as a general practice, are pretty good for getting out of the hole, and even lightening the load too, and using some compensatory acceleration training. Just getting used to being explosive and fast coming out of the hole, which you should be doing with your warm-ups anyway. Like you should be, when you're hitting the hole, just absolutely exploding out of the hole with them. But yeah, always try to build the muscle and the strength. They work synonymously. I know there's a lot of talk in the community about what's best for hypertrophy and what's best for strength and power building and blah, blah, blah. But generally, strength and size are intertwined and are going to go together. But movement-wise, like I said, I would look at like pause squats and pin squats, just generally speaking, because I can't see your mechanics and how you squat as an individual. But that's a wrap, y'all. Peace.